Okay, we're multiplying today, so if you've forgotten your multiplication facts, I highly suggest that you maybe take some time at home to work on like multiplication.com, ask your parents for, some help, like on the way to Walmart. Mom, can you go over some multiplication facts with me? On the way to church, Mom, I need some help with my multiplication facts. On the way to Tulsa, Mom, could we, go over some multiplication facts? Because this is the chapter we're on now. Chapter 3 is multiplication. So you can gently mark out 1 and 2, and here we go. Number 3 says write the products. Well, here's the cool thing. First off, you need to underline product. You needed to come up here and say answer to multiplication. That's what product means. Answer to multiplication, and I'm abbreviating multiplication. Xander, hurry, honey. Because I don't even think you have your math paper out yet. Come on, we're ready to start. So here's the cool thing. Today, everything ends in zeros, and there's a lot of mental math you're going to be able to do today. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to draw with your pencil kind of like a hump or a rainbow to 6 times that 1. And you should know 6 times 1 is 6. Anything times 1 is just the number. So I want you to write 6 right here, and then I'll tell you what to do in a minute.
It's a great day for school at CMS. Good morning. Let's all stand, face the flag, and place our hands over our hearts for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It is now time for the moment of silence. You may choose to reflect, meditate, pray, or engage in any other silent activity that does not interfere with others. The moment of silence shall begin now. In the cafeteria today, we will be having cheeseburger, french fries, fruit, and milk. Remember, for those of you still interested in being an academic team, there will be a test after school today to see who makes the team in Mrs. Cotton's room 502. Have a tiger day.
Okay, so far you should have that rainbow drawn from 6 to that 1. 6 times 1 is 6, and this is what I want you to do with your pencil. I want you to put 1 dot in the middle of that 0 there, and we're going to put that all day long. And that tells you that you need 1 0 in your answer. So now let's keep doing it. Rainbow from the 6 to the 1 is going to get you a 6. And now let's put dots and zeros. I see a 0 on this side, and I see a 0 on this side. So that means your answer would have how many zeros? 2. Let's keep going. Rainbow from the 6 to the 1 would be a 6. And then I see a dot here, a dot here, and a dot here, means my answer is going to have 3 zeros. Are you catching on? Okay. 6 times 1 right here would be 6 with 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. 2, 3, 4 zeros. Now let's stop and talk real quick about where you put commas. Okay. I had a lot of kids last hour put commas in the wrong place. You start at the end, start at the very end, and count in 3. 1, 2, 3, comma. That's where your comma should be. Okay. On the one ahead of it, you don't have to have a comma in a number that has 4 digits, but if you want to, you can. 1, 2, 3, comma. Okay, let's keep going. On the last, draw a hump from that 6 to that 1. That's going to get you 6 with, let's count zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. Then start at the end and count in 3. 1, 2, 3, comma. Okay. Now it's going to get a little trickier because it's going to use exponents. So let's refresh our memory. All eyes up here. If you see this, all that means is a 1 with this many zeros, okay? Not a 10 with that many zeros, a 1. So a 1 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros would be what number? 1 million. Well, what would 10 to the 0 power. That would be a 1 with how many zeros? 0. What's a 1 with 0 zeros? Just 1. So mark this out. I know, it's a little tricky. But 1 right there. So that's pretty easy. What's 13 times 1? 13. What would 10 to the first power be? It would be a 1 with how many zeros? 1 0. So here we go. 13 times 10. Draw your hump to 13 times 1, and that would get you 13. And then put a dot in the first 0, and that'll get you 130. Anything times 10 is just a number with a 0. Okay, you're just adding zeros to the end. What would 10 to the second power be? It would be a 1 with 2 zeros. So 13 times 1 would be 13, and how many zeros are we adding to it? 2. Okay, you do the last 2 right there. Okay, now we're at the bottom, 5 to 24. I really don't want to do these up here because I feel like once you get the first answer, it's all you're doing is adding a 0 to it, so I don't really want to do that. So, Kiara, from 9 down to 24, pick any one of the numbers you want to do. 20. So here we go. Take your pencil and draw a rainbow from 382 to 1. What would 382 times 1 be? 382. Now we got to deal with the zeros. So get ready to put dots in them. 1, 2, 3, 4. So add that to your 382. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then start at the end and let's count in 3. 1, 2, 3, comma. 1, 2, 3, comma. What's that number? 3,820,000. Wish I had that much money, huh? Colin, pick a number, 9 to 24. 15. Okay, take your 1 and we're going to multiply it times 29. What's 1 times 29? 29. Now we got to figure out how many zeros we need. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's your answer. So stinking easy. You can do this. Shake your head. You can do this. Brooklyn, pick one. 9 to 24. 18. First off, let's mark this out. What would 10 to the first power be? A 1 with 1 0. So that's the first thing you need to do. Then take your rainbow and go from 615 and multiply 615 times 1. What's 615 times 1? 615 with how many zeros? 1 0. There's your answer. Okay, I'm going to do one more for you. Let's do 13. 52 times 10 to the 5th power. Mark out 10 to the 5th power. And we got to figure out what that is. That would be a 1. Everybody tell me how many zeros? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There was our first step. So now we're multiplying 52 times 1 is going to be 52 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. 3, 4, 5 zeros. 5,200,000. Yeah. Only if we were Donald Trump or someone like that, huh? Or Michael Jordan or LeBron James. Yeah, turn the page. I don't think you're going to get $5 million teaching in Cushing, Oklahoma, but that's okay. Number 25. Here we go. At a football championship game, let's pretend like it's the Cushing Tigers, the home team. That's us. What did we do? What does it say we did? Say it. We gave a football to each of the first 100 fans who arrived at the stadium. How fun would that be? That you get a free football. We're on each. Can I get your pencil on each? Each football cost us how many dollars though? $28. So here's the question. How much did the team pay for the footballs it gave away? So we could do this. Hey, we could do $28 plus $28 plus $28, plus $28, or we could multiply 28 times 100, so get your pencil, and draw a rainbow from 28, and we're going to multiply 28 times 1. What would 28 times 1 be? 28 with, now let's count zeros. 1, 2 zeros. And that's money. So how much money did it cost the Cushing Tigers to give everybody a football? $2,800. Those were good footballs, weren't they? They were the good leather footballs. Okay, number 26. Which expression is greater? We're looking for the greater expression. You should underline the word greater. Would it be 93 times 10 to the third power, or would it be 11 times 10 to the fourth power? How do you know? Pencils down. You don't even have to work this out. You should be able to go, are you watching? That tells me something. That tells me something. So when I multiply this times that, and this times that, which one would be bigger? You think you know? Which one? 11 times 10 to the fourth, but 11 is so much smaller than 93, Brooklyn. Why would that be bigger?
It's because the exponent, it's because you add 4 zeros instead of 3.
This is going to have how many zeros? 4 zeros. How many is this going to have? 3. Let me ask you a question. I like $10, but I really like $100. Why do I like $100? Because it has more what on the end? Zeros. I love $100, but I really wish I had $1,000. Why do I like $1,000 more than $100? Because it has more zeros. She is totally right. This one is the bigger one. Atta girl, Brooklyn. This one's the bigger one. There's your first answer. And what did she say? Because it had what? More zeros. Or you know what else you could put? This is what you started to say at the beginning. The exponent is bigger. Both of those are right. Okay, you got to write that. I'm not going to write it for you. You can write that. Just by looking at it, we knew that was bigger because 4 zeros on the end. Oh my goodness, that's going to be like 10,000, isn't it? 10 to the fourth power would be 10,000. 10 to the third power would only be 1,000. Not that I don't like 1,000, but I really like 10,000. Yeah.
What about 1 million?
Well, I really like 1 million. Number 27. Here we go. A truck is carrying 10 to the second power bushels of onions. Ugh. I don't like 10 to the second power. What do you want that to call? What do we want to call that? 100. Only one person could tell me that. 10 to the second power would be a 1 with 2 zeros. Hope, what about 10 to the first power bushel of peaches? What's 10 to the first power?
A 1 with 1.
Good. Keep it going, Xander. 10 to the third power bushels of corn. What would 10 to the third power be, Xander?
3 zeros.
After the 1? So it would be 1,000, wouldn't it? Now we're on what? Okay, here's the big question. What is that? What is that word right there say? And what are we going to do on total? We're going to add. And what are we adding? The very next word. What are we adding? The weight. Now, let's stop for a minute. I'm going to get rid of apples. Why am I getting rid of apples? Why? Say it. Does it say anything? Does it say apples?
No.
Does this say apples?
No.
Does this say apples?
No.
You know what? The book's trying to trick you. It's giving you TMI. Do you know what TMI is? Too much information. I don't care about apples in this particular problem. I only care about, say this, onions, peaches, and corn. So let's start with the onions. Let's talk about what this means. Weight per bushel. A bushel is like a big old kind of wooden type basket. Do you know what I'm talking about? And I can put 57 pounds of onions in a bushel, but I didn't buy 1 bushel. I bought 100 bushels. So look what we have to do. We have to multiply that times 100. Well, take your pencil, draw a little rainbow from 57 to 1. What is 57 times 1? 57 with what? 2 zeros. Put dots in those. And that took care of my little bitty onions. I'm putting a little O out to the side. In fact, I'm marking onions off now. Don't need any more onions. What's next? What's the next thing I picked up? Ooh, I love some peaches. I can put 50 pounds in one bushel. Hey, I didn't buy just one bushel though. How many bushels did I buy? 10 times 10 right here. Kiara, tell me what to do.
You're going to put the 5 and then times it with the 0.
Well, you're going to multiply the 5 times the 1 first. What's 5 times 1, class? 5. And then we're going to count zeros. And look, there's a 0 on the left side, and there's a 0 on the right side. So 5 with 2 zeros would be 500. And that's the peaches.
No, the corn.
Now we got to get to the corn, don't we? Ooh, I love corn. 70 pounds per bushel, but I didn't buy just one bushel. I bought, say this big number, 1,000. Whoa. What in the world?
Who would buy 1,000?
Maybe they're feeding it to their pigs or something. I don't know.
They have it in their farm.
Maybe they have a big farm. You're right.
Or eating
Okay, so this is what you need to do. I'm doing a lower rainbow this time. A 7 times 1 is going to get me 7 with, now let's count zeros. There's on some on the left and the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's a 7 with 4 zeros would be what? 70,000. I'm going to put that on top.
Do you do it on the paper?
Yeah, this is scrap paper, dude. I'm over here on scrap paper. I'm always on scrap paper.
Can you wait?
No. Just rewrite it real quick. Why'd I add? Because it said what word? Total. Add that up real quick. And that's going to be your total weight of all the crops. What'd you get, Mr. Eric? What'd you get, Jacqueline? 127,000. Do you agree with that? No, what'd you get?
76,200.
76,200. What'd you get? 76,200. Did anybody else get 76,200? Okay, 76,200. Is that what you got? Yep, 76,200. Okay. Oh, by the way, I already scrolled up, but after you write 76,200 pounds, this is how you abbreviate pounds. LBS. LBS. That's a good question. There's no L in pounds. There's no B in pounds. Why would they pick LB? I don't know either. That's a great question. I don't know the answer to that. Number 28. Oh, Norman. What did he buy? A 16-pound bag of what? That doesn't say corn. Of charcoal. And this is how much you paid for it. Y'all know what charcoal is. It's like those little black like chunks, and you can make hamburgers and, you know, like glide it and make hamburgers on top of it. It's so good. I love charcoal. A 10.4-pound bag of charcoal for $5.69. Get your pens on what? Let's see what it's asking us to do. What was the, ooh, what does total mean to do? Add. What's the very next word say that we're adding? The total what? Weight. Oh my gosh. You want to know what? They're trying to trick us because I thought it was going to have something to do with money. Why would they give us this? Why would they give us this? Does it say anything about adding up how much he spent? You know what they did? They gave us too much information. I'm getting rid of that. They tried to trick you. You're smarter than that. I don't care about how much it is. I care about how much it what? Weighs. So what was the first bag of charcoal? How much did it weigh? How much? 16 plus. How much did the second pound?
10.4.
10.4. Okay, somebody tell me what to do to fix my number, Luke. It looks so ugly up here.
We need to add up to 0.
Till with 16?
Yeah.
You're exactly right. Now it looks better. Please tell me you had already done that. Please tell me you had already done that. Please tell me, because didn't we just have a quiz on that yesterday? Okay, here we go. What's 0 in 4 class? 4. Bring your decimals straight down. 6 and 0 is 6, and 1 and 1 is 2. There's your answer. So easy, and it had nothing to do with weight. Nothing to do with money. By the way, that's pounds too. What did I just tell you how to abbreviate pounds? LBS, good. If you leave your decimal off, it'll look like it's 264 pounds, and it's not.
I used to think IBS means ounce.
It's not IBS, it's LBS.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
IBS, I used to think it was labs.
Labs? Like, lab a dog?
No, like a lab. I don't.
You don't even know? You didn't know what it was. Now you know it's pounds.
Like when I was a little kid. That's
When you're a little kid? Because you're so much a big kid now, huh? You're not a little kid. Number 29. There's 2,000 pounds in 1 ton. Wow. Please don't say Miss Caulfield weighs a ton. If you said I weighed a ton, how much would you say that I weighed? 2,000 pounds. That would be so hurtful. Please don't. Y'all would never be hurtful like that, would you? No. Get your prints on in the United States. In the United States, the weight limit for a truck and its cargo, we're talking like semi-trucks, okay, for you guys who love semi-trucks. How much can one semi-truck weigh?
40.
Oh my goodness, you should underline that. That's important information. Now here's our question. How many pounds is that? If 1 ton is 2,000 pounds, I got 40 of them. Do you want to do 2,000 plus 2,000 plus 2,000 plus 2,000, or do you have a better way? What do y'all want to do? 2,000 times what? 40. So get your pencil ready and let's just draw a line from that 2 to the 4. What is 2 times 4? 8. Now let's get ready to count zeros. Put dots in the 2,000 ones. 1, 2, 3. Then come down here in the 40. And how many would that make it? 4. So add that to your zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pounds.
No.
We're talking like semi-trucks that you see out on the highway. Hey, I've got a good question for you. So do you think you should be texting and driving if an 80,000 pound truck could come and hit you? No. Do you think your parents should be texting and driving? No. If your parents are texting, say, hey, let me have the phone, I'll text for you. How about that? Because sometimes I'm tempted to text when I drive. I shouldn't be texting when I'm driving either, especially when there's an 80,000 pound truck coming at me. I've seen some bad pictures of trucks hitting cars because people were texting. Okay, we're right here. How did we find the answer? What's the first?
Teachers, pardon me for this announcement. I need the following students to report to the office at this time. Avery Dooley, Corey Ostrander, Christopher Stibbins, Paul Lewis, Gage Quick, Remington Powell, Macy Griffith, Preston Jensen, Jonathan Vance, and Marion Shanklin. Please report to the office at this time. Thank you.
Okay, what did we do? What was the first step that we did to figure out that answer? What's the first thing we did?
2,000 times.
And we did not do 2,000 times 4. What did we do first?
Add.
No, we didn't add anything first. What's the first thing we did? 2 times 4. Here's the first thing we did. 2 times 4, and we got 8. That's the first thing we did. Keep it going, Cooper. What did we do after that?
We added all zeros.
We added how many zeros?
4.
Added 4 zeros. That's what we did.
What? Once we saw a car fell down like a hill and it crashed the fence and it fell down and it fell in the river.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Okay, let's change the subject. I don't want to think about that. Oh. I mean, I already said, today's flu shot day, and I would cry like a baby if I had to get a shot, so I don't even want to think about car wrecks. Okay, number 30. Here we go. I'm not doing all of these with you, but I'm getting you started on number 30. Choose all equations that are true. So 48 times 1,000. Take your pencil. Draw a rainbow from 48 times 1. What would you get if you multiply 48 times 1?
48.
Do they have 48 over here? Yeah, but now we got to count our zeros. So get ready to draw dots. 1, 2, 3. Do they have 3 zeros in their answer?
No.
Then don't put an X. Next. 10 to the second power. That would be a 1 with how many zeros? 2 zeros. Now draw your rainbow. 48 times 1 is 48. Do they have 48 over here?
Yeah.
Now let's count zeros. 1, 2. Do they have 1, 2 zeros?
Yeah.
Then that's correct. Do you see how to do it? Okay, so I'll do one more with you. What would 10 to the fourth power would be? A 1 with 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. So 48 times 1 is 48. Do they have 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros in their answer? Then that's correct. Okay, so you've got to do the front, you've got to do the back, and if you have any time left over, what are you going to do? Practice Buddies 2-6. When is it due? Friday. That's only 2 more days. Go.